we do your questions at the end, I'll step out, yeah?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Got a bit more beans about you today. You did shy last time.
Oh,
Not shy, he's getting confident, getting good with it now, aren't you? You ever seen Gary Neville's first interview when he was doing his punditry?
no.
Yeah?
You should see.
Now see him now. Yeah, that's what you're like, getting confidence.
You enjoyed it, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Shawty on the beat.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the Generation Red podcast. I go by the name of Briggsy and I'm joined, as always, by the man whose podcast this actually is.
Myles.
That was a nice intro. It was very sharp.
Oh my god.
And we've got a special guest with us today. Lundy, thanks for coming on, mate.
No problem at all.
Just starting from the beginning, so growing up, sort of, I'm guessing you played grassroots football.
Yes.
What was that like for yourself coming through that sort of, when you play grassroots football at the minute, don't you? And the importance of it for kids to develop and get into an academy system.
Yeah, it was massive for me. I was there for maybe two years, playing grassroots and just playing with my friends and being able to enjoy football. And say that being able to enjoy football, I still enjoy football as an academy, but it was that initial getting that confidence of building myself up and really starting off playing with my friends, and then it came into the grassroots, playing with local teams and stuff, and I loved it.
Because we were saying, weren't we, like, obviously Myles is playing now. He just won his first cup.
Yeah, no, I've seen it on Twitter.
Do you have any sort of favourite moments that you still remember to this day playing as a kid?
Yeah, winning school trophies, I still remember them now, like beating teams. My kids go to the same school I went to, so playing the teams, local sides there, winning trophies, and you still remember them times as playing with your friends, even friends now that I've grown up with. You never forget it, so they're the moments that you never forget.
What was the grassroots team you played for?
A team called Unicorn.
Are they still going?
Still going, yeah. It was not a bad team. Like Broadheath way, they play against all them teams, so.
Nice. What's
your team?
Yes.
Smallside Rangers.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're doing really well, aren't you, at the minute? He's trying to get him to. He played striker last year.
What
did
are you
really
got to
well.
now?
He's goalkeeper now.
Goalkeeper, that's a big change.
Kenzie changed it, didn't he?
Did he? Did he? I know what you're doing though, because goalkeepers have a longer career, so it's a smart decision to make. So you can earn more money for longer. Smart. That's why Kenzie does it.
And obviously now you've got into coaching as well.
Yeah.
You're seeing the younger generation coming through. Is there any sort of things you're trying to install into them to potentially become pros?
The players here, sorry.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, so you're doing the under-14s?
Yeah, so I've been doing the under-14s last year. Really enjoyed it. It's been great for the football club to see the academy. I don't think it's been published enough that how well it's done for the first year, because it's a big thing having an academy. For Salford to have an academy this year and to progress like we have done has been incredible. But doing the under-14s has been good learning curve for me. Been a good learning curve hopefully for the players that I've coached and stuff. So. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully, keep coaching in the academy.
He was just storming. He was in the dressing room then, wasn't he, going, I need to sign for the academy. So you work hard. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you're going shy now.
Oh, no. Since when did I say that?
You said it a minute ago. It's on CCTV. We'll get it.
Did they start at 9? I think it's 9. So
this year.
Yeah.
Work hard this year. We'll get you in.
Yeah. Get you a trial.
Do you still remember the sort of best advice you was given as a youngster?
Yeah, I'd probably say my dad. He was always one with me, trying to make me better. And I look back now, and I think what he was trying to tell me at the time is correct. And it was always constructive criticism. And sometimes as a kid, you probably won't take it if your dad says something to you. And I used to do it all the time. I used to, you don't know what you're talking about, sort of thing. But I think if you listen to your parents, listen to the people around you, it's definitely advice that they're trying to help you rather than hinder you.
See that?
No.
We have this thing, because obviously I coach his team.
It's difficult though.
Yeah, it's difficult because I'm harder than you and everybody else.
Yeah.
I know you are.
But also, there was once he was on the pitch and I shouted at him to drop back into his position, and he turned around and went, all right, Fergie.
That's the problem though, because when you got your dad doing it, it's different. You wouldn't do that if it was somebody else, would you? If I shouted at you on the pitch, what would you do? Would you do the same thing?
You'd do it, wouldn't
You
you?
would as well. I think you would, actually.
It's funny because I take him to one-on-one training sessions with another coach, and a completely different person in training, aren't you? Working hard, sweating when he comes off.
Yeah.
He has to, if he's naughty, the team has to do a lap around the pitch. So you've caused that a few times, haven't you?
No, it wasn't me.
All right, it's not you, never you.
Never your fault, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
But when you was a youngster, you got scouted by Stoke.
Crewe.
Oh, was it Crewe
Crewe
first?
I went to first, yeah. Crewe I was there for 8 years, and then I left when I was 18 and went to Stoke, yeah, which was...
What was that like going into sort of an academy setup like Crewe?
Completely different to Grassroots in the fact that you go in and it's a lot more structured, a lot more. You've got to kind of be a bit more professional. You don't do certain things that you probably do at Grassroots, but that you had to learn quickly. I think it was good being in an academy because it gets you focusing on honing on certain skills that you need, technical skills, even tactical stuff at that age. So yeah, it was really, really looking back, a really important part of my career.
What do you think the biggest sort of change is going into an academy? Is it like so when you walk in and go, that's different? Is it just like the level of ability of players?
Yeah, the level of ability, definitely. The coaching ability, which can be, there's just the finer detail maybe on certain things can be crucial for kids at that age. But we see it now in the academy with the lads here at Salford, some really good coaches, and you can see the progress even in a year's time of players who are training 3 times a week. Training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then games on a Sunday. So it's a lot of training for the kids, but the benefit that you can see the progression after a year is crazy, really. So
I think that's the best thing of it. I mean, obviously we only do Grassroots, but like the way you see a kid on the first session to the end of the season session, just a completely different level of confidence, ability is class.
Yeah.
And so, how long was you at Crewe for?
I was there for 8 years.
I understand. Was it Crewe when you actually got asked to come and sign for Man United, and you said no to it?
Yeah, it's good information. That I got offered twice to go to Manchester United. I actually had written thingies from Sir Alex Ferguson saying to come and they wanted me to sign. He never turned up to my house like he did to some people, but he wrote something, and they wanted to take me at the age of 12 and 14. And I at the time I just loved playing at Crewe. I enjoyed my time there, and coaches we had Steve Holland, who's now the England assistant manager. He was a big impact on my career, so I didn't want to leave at the time. Which, looking back, maybe I probably it was closer to home for me, and I still told my dad I didn't want to leave, but he left it up to me, and he said, "What do you want to do?" So I'm really glad he did that, because it was something. It wasn't pushing me to go to somewhere where I didn't feel comfortable.
Like you say, if your dad let that decision come down to you,
because
especially from a United mad family, that would have been
it was a big thing. Yeah, looking back now, I didn't really think about it much at the time, but it's more, I just wanted to enjoy it, and I think I made the right decision at that stage to think, no, I'm going to play. There were lots of friends at that time at Crewe, so I kind of, that's where I wanted to be, even though my dad didn't want to drive an hour every night to take me to training. So yeah, it was a difficult one for him.
It's good that, because like, just go back to the parent thing, like he's took his, I'd be the same, like you've got to take your own ego out as a parent of going, your kid's at United, if he's enjoying Stoke, Crewe or whatever academy it is, because it's academy football, millions of kids would love to be in that system. So obviously, so you left Crewe to go to Stoke, and you went on loan there. Just the importance of loan football. You went to Bristol twice, was it?
Oh yeah, I went to a few. Went to Hereford first, Oldham. That's where I first played with Matt Smith, and then I went to did a good Southend before that. Southend after that. Then I went to Bristol Rovers, and then yeah.
What do you think the importance is of loan football? Because that's where you'll get your first taste of proper men's football.
Yeah, it was a massive shock for me. I probably wasn't ready when I first went out. I went out at 18, and physically I wasn't quite ready for it, which can be the case with some players. You get loaned sometimes and you think, not quite ready, and maybe I wasn't at the time. But when you're a player of 18 and you just get signed a professional deal, you're thinking, I need to play men's football, I need to. But sometimes it can be, no, just you need to get in the right shape, right thing. So maybe I rushed the first few loans, but it was crucial for me to be around people who are fighting for certain things, and it was different to being around Premier League team at the time where I was at.
Is that something you push sort of, obviously now you're coaching as well, to young lads, go and get first team minutes if you can go and get them? Yeah,
but I think it's important. I think whatever standard you are at and what level of physicality, even you'll play with players, Myles will probably play with players who are probably a bit taller or a bit stronger, and you think, I'm not going to be that, but you'll grow. And some players that coming through the academy, especially with the age I was at doing the 14s last year, some players are really tall, some players are quite small. So you've got to kind of get that balance of, we might want to get rid of a player, but he might grow, or he's just not quite there yet. So you've got to kind of find that balance. So it's a difficult thing for players when they're coming through.
I can imagine that is quite difficult. I remember the story of when I used to work at United, the Scott McTominay. He was apparently really slight and feeble when he was 15, 16, but they always knew he was going to be a 6 forward. Whatever he is now, he's an absolute tank now, isn't it? But that's what I was saying to you the other day. Work on the technical side of it, because you'll grow. Exactly. The one thing you're guaranteed to do, unless you're very lucky, is grow. Yeah. So work on your game, mate. Because we had this big argument the other day about size, didn't we?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't do anything.
Wait. Let me think.
Yeah, we did. I told you we did. So he's playing in goal now.
I can't remember.
And he was saying he's too small to be a goalkeeper. So I said to him, work on getting your positioning right, the technical side of the game, because you will grow. And then we did a bit of research, because you were saying every goalkeeper's got to be over 6 foot. And I think Casillas was what, 5'7", was he?
11.
5'11", a few inches bigger. I mean, I'm 5'3", so you might struggle to get a few more, but
hey, you never know.
You never know, mate. I told you, build your leg muscles up, get the jumps higher, pull it off. Yeah. So going on loan. Great idea to get sort of first team minutes in as well. What was it like scoring your first senior goal?
I can't remember. Did I score my first senior goal? Who would it have been for? I
did a bit of research. I could only find out it was
Southend.
The Southend. It was the last game of the season, but I couldn't find who against.
Yeah. I think it was Northampton. Yeah. I can remember it now. I kicked it into the floor. It was probably one of my very similar goals I've scored throughout my career. It's to score goals is just the best feeling. That's why you always try and get in the box and score. But that's as a player, there's probably no better feeling than scoring a last minute winner or scoring a goal, which is really important to the team. So,
what do you think is the best part of your game?
Arriving late into the box to score a goal.
I'd agree with that. I was going to say scoring them goals.
My game's changed a lot though. I've probably had to change it a little bit over the past few years. But I'd probably say that's the one thing now that I really try and do for the team. Yeah,
you always need to pop up when we need a goal as well, which is always important. Which is a good thing. So just going back to sort of the academy system, you went on loan and then did you get released by Stoke?
No, they offered me another deal, but I think it becomes the time where Stoke were kind of Premier League and they were just going along nicely. And I never thought I'd get into the team. It was going to be a case of they wanted to keep me. They thought they might send me on loan and whatever. But I just said I need to go and play some football and just get away from that and concentrate on focusing on my career sort of thing. So I made the best decision of my career with that, moving to Rochdale at the time.
I was going to say that's... you got to always sort of praise lads who are coming through a Premier League academy and take the decision not to stay and drop down. What was that like? Was that sort of a conversation with your parents, or was it just an instant decision you knew was done?
My agent and my parents, I kind of thought, I think they knew. I think it was great at the time. It's great to say, it's like anything you could say, I'm great, I'm in Manchester City's academy, but I could be better off in Salford's academy, but you might get a chance of playing in the first team. So some players will stay too long at a place, say City or something, and then their careers can fade away. So I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to go out and play and test myself at League Two. And the first year I was in League Two, we got promoted to League One. So for me, and I think I played every game, so I loved it.
You played over 100 games for Rochdale. Mm-hmm. What was it like your time there as well? Because Rochdale were obviously in the EFL as well at that point.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed great club, really family orientated, very much like this club here. So I enjoyed my time there, and like I say, we played some great players over my time at Rochdale. So I was very lucky.
Did you win promotion with Rochdale?
Yeah, the first year.
What's that like? The promotion feeling?
Yes, there's probably not much better feelings than getting promoted, because it's you work so hard all year, and that's what you want at the end of the season. You work so hard to do that, and it's like a relief at the end of the season.
So you say you get promoted, what's the feeling like going into the division above? Do you notice the intensity difference straight away, or is it just more of the same?
League One's a funny one, because I always found it kind of it's a bit split into two halves. I always found it the bottom half teams are all fighting because there's 4 that go down, so it's a very difficult league. You never feel safe. So, but the first couple of years we were in there, we were actually close to the playoffs. We never looked like we were going to go down, but I find it a difficult league to be in. It's definitely one of them.
And I noticed you made a couple of appearances for Northern Ireland. What's that like playing international football? Just getting the call. Yeah,
I mean, I was in loads of the squads. I travelled a lot. I played 3 times, which was a real privilege for me and my family. So, it's an incredible thing. And some of the trips that we went on, some of the wins that we got were over the time and I think we lost 1-0 to Switzerland in the thinking we would have qualified for the World Cup, and it was I think it was a handball from Corey Evans, which was never a handball from Shaqiri, and didn't get into the World Cup, which we were gutted about at the time.
That's a shame.
One goal.
What's it like playing with lads like that in the Northern? Because I'm guessing if you like Corey Evans, would you have John O'Shea at the same time?
Johnny Evans, Stephen Davis, amazing football player. We had a really talented group of hard-working players who were all playing as a team. So it was a great time to be a Northern Ireland part of it.
Is it different sort of adapting just to sort of the training sessions from club level to international?
Yeah, it's a bit different because you go away now and you have a couple of days to really get things right for the game. So it's not really the same as club football for me. And I kind of knew I wasn't starting games because I really had Ollie Norwood, Stephen Davis, Paddy McNair, players like that, Corey Evans. So I kind of knew that I was going there to kind of hopefully get myself off the bench or something like that. So, but it's a really good experience. I loved it.
Yeah, recommend it to anyone who's not.
Yeah, I would do. Yeah,
because I always think that as well. Like you said, obviously you're born English. Was it your mother's?
My mum's from Northern Ireland. Yeah.
So you get a lot of young lads coming through thinking, I want to play for England or whoever the bigger teams. But then you got lads who would qualify. So you'd qualify for Scotland if you
came. You played for Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, and Italy randomly. Played for Italy. His mum's family's Italian. You'd be funny playing for Italy.
You're going to be on camera now, so if you say the wrong one and you get called up for the other country, it's always going to be on camera. So make sure you pick the right one. What are you going to pick?
England.
Don't know about the Euro performance at the moment, but...
They were talking about now.
So if the Italy manager rings you up and says, come and play for Italy, you would turn them down?
If I had an offer for England, but
if Italy offered you, would you go and play for Italy? Do you feel Italian?
no.
Don't record that because I'll come back to
bite you. It would be funny seeing a lad from Salford with ginger hair playing for Italy. So obviously leaving Rochdale for the second time, you went back to Rochdale for a second spell.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And then you came to Salford in 2021. What was that like coming to Salford? Because obviously as a big United fan, the class of 92 attachment and stuff like that, was that a selling point as well?
Of course it was, yeah. At the time, I remember when I heard that they were interested, and then I ended up meeting Ryan, and was it Ryan at the time? Yeah, Ryan, yeah. And I was like, this is surreal, really, because I've grown up watching them and stuff like that. So it was a massive pull for me. But I feel like because it's Salford and I've been like Manchester's I feel like it's my place. So to play here is a real privilege for me.
Is it nice playing, like you said, as a local lad to Manchester, playing because you can still be around all the family and stuff. You're not thousands of miles away.
That's the main thing. I mean, I've played at places where I've been so far away from home, and even your family to come and watch the game and stuff. It's really good for me, and and it's like I say, when the fans come here, it's such a family feel to it. Everyone feels like we know each other and stuff, so that's what I love about it.
Yeah. And just on sort of United last year, you scored an Hattrick against the 21s.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was it like playing against the young lad? Because Colby Main was in the squad as well, wasn't he? That game.
Yeah, he played, yeah. No, we... Neil at the time mentioned him at the start of the game, saying he's a good player and watch out for him and stuff, and we didn't really know too much about him. I think he'd went away on pre-season with United and stuff, so... But yeah, what a talent! Yeah, what a player, and you can see why he's so calm on the ball, moves the ball so nicely, and his feet are ridiculous. So you could see glimpses of why he's where he is now.
Yeah. What was it like scoring against him?
Yeah, it was nice. People say that, but it's always nice to score. Like even though you score against anybody, it's always good to score, and especially score a hat-trick. Yeah.
It was a weird one for us because obviously we go to the United games as well, but then we were sat in the Salford end, singing Salford songs while the United... It was
weird.
Yeah, it was a weird...
Well, I played at Old Trafford when I was at Burton. And I played against, at the time, I think Mourinho was the manager. And I played right wing back against Martial and stuff, and I didn't find out the team till 6 o'clock because Nigel Clough at Burton never used to tell the team until. And I remember seeing the team sheet, I was thinking, I can't be playing my right wing back. Remember then Martial pops up, I'm like, oh God, what's going on here? But that was a surreal feeling, like playing at Old Trafford when you've been going for so many years. And it was a proud moment though.
Well, that was literally the next question. Like, what's it like walking out the tunnel at sort of Old Trafford and just cause people don't realise how big it is when you stood in the middle of that pitch. Like, it sort of swallows you.
It does, yeah.
What was that like as just a player walking out?
Do you know what? This sounds so funny, but it was probably I didn't enjoy the 90 minutes at all. I didn't enjoy it, and it was because, first of all, I was out of position, but like being in that, it just didn't. I can't explain it. I felt so uptight, maybe because it was such a big game for me as a fan and stuff like that. But yeah, when I remember being at Myles' age and being stood at the side of the pitch and looking up and thinking how big the stadium is, and you don't realise how amazing like the stadium is until you actually walk out of there. It's just amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm guessing that's a proud moment for your family as well. That's big United fans seeing the son walking out onto the pitch.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it was definitely a moment I'll never forget.
A lot of collectibles that you've got at home as well.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, that's good research. That. Yeah, I've always brought up as a Man United fan. My family were all Man United fans, and yeah, George Best. I got a big picture of George Best in. It's actually in my kids' room now, but. It's something that I used to go and watch them all the time, season ticket holder. So I think my generation was really enjoyable watching United at that stage.
So just coming to Salford, obviously we had a really good run playoffs the season before last. What was that like? It was touching distance really, wasn't it? I guess we lost out to Stockport, but what was that season like as a player coming in?
It felt good from the start. I felt we had a good squad, and I felt like we managed to keep the nucleus of the squad fit, and we really. I mean, we had spells. We didn't have major spells of like winning loads of games on the spin, but we kind of had a consistency of winning certain games, and we found out of how to ground out wins, and like late on, we've seen that quite a lot. But I think it was massive. Us getting to the playoffs and a real achievement for the football club.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was a good season. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, not the penalty miss, but he's gonna laugh about it now. But it's it was it wasn't a nice day for us. But it was a great season.
And then going into next season, we started quite choppy last year at the start of the season. But Carl Robinson coming in, what was the biggest sort of thing he brought to the squad that you could adapt to as well as a player?
I would say. I think a lot of players you could see they were just ready. As soon as that training started, it was kind of, we were there to fight. It gave us a bit more spirit and a kind of bit more like, because we needed some confidence at the time. We were quite low, and I think when he come in, he really kind of just said, back to basics and let's go and stick together as a team. And I think we did that for first 10 games that we went unbeaten, something like that. So I think that kind of really pulled us together, and I think we needed it at the time.
Because I was a big fan of Neil Wood when he was at Man United, the academy team, the style of football that he played. But I noticed that was one of the biggest changes when Carl came in, was just pure back to basics football, pass and move, keep hold of it. Is it sort of hard adapting to a manager's style once it swaps over, or is it just sort of everyone's ready?
I don't think we struggled with adapting to it. I think we went straight into it, and all the players bought into it, which can be hard sometimes for managers, but I think he had that respect the players had the respect for him to kind of go, let's just do it, because we needed to do it. We were struggling. So I think, like you say, players kind of adapt. Like, yes, we had some really good football players who probably wanted to put the ball on the floor and try and play, but it wasn't the right time to be doing that. So I think it was what we needed at the right time.
Yeah, definitely it changed the season round, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Pulled in some big performances. So just going into the new season, obviously this is Carl Robinson's first start of the season because he came in midway through last year. Has he sort of laid out his expectations yet, or have you got any of his players?
No, not yet. We haven't spoke to him properly, but as a team. But I think we will in the next few days. Maybe Monday we'll probably speak and have a sit down and have a talk about what the plan is of pre-season. But you kind of, as pre-season goes on, you start building, the team starts coming together, players coming in, whatever. So it kind of, things start progressing. So we'll see, hopefully by the end of start of the season, we'll be ready to go and know where we should really be in this when the season begins.
But is it sort of exciting as a player? Because obviously we've had a few players that have left already this summer. New players coming in. Is it exciting to sort of see names linked with a club, or when you do finally hear someone has been confirmed to be coming in? Is it exciting as a player to see what they're about? Or?
Yeah, bringing players in is always. People probably think, they're threatening their position, but that's part and parcel of competition. Yeah. Like I've been around long enough now to go. It's good to have competition. It ups your game, it ups the players around you, and to see quality coming in. That's what you want as players. You don't want to see players who you don't think have much quality coming in, and you think it's going to be a tough season. You want quality players coming in. And
obviously, this will be going out after the announcements come out. But signed a new contract, another year extension.
Yeah.
Glad to be staying.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Yeah, really enjoyed my time here. Honestly, it's been really enjoyable, and hopefully it's a good season.
Are you going to carry on coaching the under-14s as well?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be the 14s. I'll be some basis of maybe dipping in and out, because I've got obviously a lot of I've got another course that I'm on at the moment, so I'm kind of balancing a few things. So I'll be dipping in and out definitely. I've spoken to them about it.
Is that where you sort of see your career going after football, staying in coaching?
Possibly, yeah. I'm doing other degree stuff at the moment, so I'm looking at. It could be, yeah. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet.
Yeah. And is it nice sort of seeing the young lads in the academy? Because obviously you must be able to identify the ones who have sort of got their ability to go on and play pro. Is it nice watching kids learning from you, especially at pro?
Kyrell, who's trained with us, I was doing my coaching badges last year, and he come in at the time, and I was coaching him, and then he popped up randomly into the squad, didn't he? I was like, oh, Kyrell. And I was like, I can't believe I was coaching. He was in 16s, 15, 16s I was coaching, and now to see him come into the first team was a strange thing, because he was, and to see him today as well. So it's stuff like that was really good to see, like the progression. He's seen a pathway going into the first team, and it's great for the academy lads, because I see my 14s now. Hopefully, I'm still here. They'll be playing in the first team, which is strange, but it'd be great. I'd love to see it.
Is it nice? I'm guessing that was nice seeing Kyrell come in, because obviously, as one of the senior players in the squad, like he's already got a relationship with you because he knows you anyway. It must be a nice little icebreaker, because I can imagine being daunting walking into a first team dressing room as a young lad.
No, it's for play. I know how it is when you walk into a change room. I remember walking into Stoke's change room and thinking, God, like it's a big thing, and it's nice to always have people that you kind of have a familiar face.
And just wrapping up on a couple of questions. So Alex Cairns, when we interviewed him, said the most likely person to be a football manager after football is yourself. Right. Do you agree with that, or is there anyone else in the squad you're thinking?
Anyone else in the squad?
To be fair, I think he was more excited to see you in a three-piece suit. He said you'd go the Southgate route.
Probably would, yeah. Who else in the squad? Well, Garbs is doing his A licence with me, so I'd say Garbs. Garbs is... I've seen him coach firsthand in it. We were away in the summer doing our badges, so he's a good coach.
Is it funny to see sort of lads you play with coaching now as well?
Yeah, because it's a hard thing to do. People think, football isn't, but to put things across to people is a different thing rather than actually playing. So even you might have some good ideas, but it's putting it across is another thing.
I find it difficult explaining a drill.
It is, yeah.
Because in my head I'm thinking, just kick it.
Yeah. And you have expectations, or you can do something and you put it on for some kids and they don't understand. You think it's basic, but it's not basic. So
when I took your team on, a lot of you lads had never kicked a ball before. So like you're laying out codes going, dribble through that, and they're like, what's a dribble?
I know.
I didn't even kick a ball.
Yeah, that was your first team as well, wasn't it?
And then you have certain numbers that you pick for the session, and then all of a sudden there's...
But I'm the only
I need you to drop back when you lose the ball. They're like, what's drop back? You're like...
But am I the only one who's still here from the first year?
No, you got you, Moore and Joe.
Michael won it.
And Michael, yeah.
What do you play? You playing 7-a-side?
7-a-side now,
7-a-side, yeah.
But 1 year to 7
and then we go up to 9s, yeah.
Yeah. Doing all right, aren't you, for the first year? Well, finished the first season, they got promoted and won a cup.
I want to win another cup.
Hopefully you win a few, mate. So I'm saying, enjoy it, because some players go with a whole career and never experience winning a trophy. It's a big thing, that.
Well, we didn't, because we didn't even get in the final.
That's controversial. And the team we played in the final backed out. Yeah. So we won the cup, but it didn't feel like
you won it.
We batted it. Wins a win. Count, yeah. We did a trophy lift on the training pitch, didn't we? So yeah, just on the coaching side of it, if you could give young Matty Lund a bit of advice now, looking back, what would you say to yourself?
Probably say do more work in the gym, get more physically ready for men's football at an earlier stage.
Yeah. And if any young lads are sort of watching this that are just entering sort of an academy setup from Grassroots, is there any sort of advice you'd give to them?
From Grassroots into academy, I'd probably say, again, enjoy it, but you got to work hard. Once you get into the academy, it's not you've made it, you've got to work hard again. It's never-ending thing. Once you get into a first team, you've got to work hard. So you enjoy it, but you've got to work hard. It's like anything.
And lastly, how would you like to be described as a player when you retire?
As a player, somebody who gives their all on the pitch, doesn't back down, wants to win, likes to score.
Thanks for joining us, mate. I appreciate you coming on. If you've not clicked subscribe already, please click subscribe and let us know in the comments who you want to see us interview next on Generation Red.
Just looking at his tactics.
And that was Myles.
I found this top, right?
Yeah.
It's a really important top. So it was a World Cup qualifier for Russia, and we played against Germany over in Hanover, and it was my shirt from the game. So I don't fit you, but it'll be able to. You got a Northern Ireland top now, okay?
Yeah.
So that means you can qualify for playing for Northern Ireland now. Yeah? You do know that?
Yeah.
So where do you sign?
No.
There you go, mate, yeah? Top man. No worries, yeah?